I'm reaching here.
You really
Just go with it. We're turning that oblong ball into a round ball.
Let's pull out of this and talk about baseball.
Now, there's lots of teams throughout this land, but I'm proud to be a Cubby fan. Believe me, 84 was just the start. We're going to bring a pennant to this park. Hey, I'm a Cub fan. And I'm a Bud man. Holy cow. We'll win the series before we're through.
Before we move on, I just want to mention that if you guys plan on buying anything from the old Amazon, make sure you go to thecherrystrike.com, click on the Amazon banner at the bottom of the page there. Or
do what I did yesterday when I bought my deodorant unscented
finally.
Arm & Hammer because it's the only place I can find it.
Okay.
I did
Weirdo.
Amazon.thecherrystrike.com because it's so much easier.
It is a lot easier for you lazy fucks out there.
Yeah.
And if you do that, if you just go to that webpage, you click on it or Amazon.thecherrystrike.com. When you get there, just bookmark that homepage, and then you just click on the little bookmark at the top of your browser every time, and boom.
Boom. And if you have Google Chrome, you just click that star and it's there forever.
I don't know what that means.
Easy.
I don't use Chrome.
You don't use Chrome.
I use Safari.
That's right. You're an Apple man.
Yeah. Anyways, no extra money to you. Just a couple of pennies our way. All right, let's talk about balls. Red Sox, Dustin Pedroia. He's going to have surgery on his left hand.
Might as well. Your team sucks. Take a break.
But he won't be available for the postseason.
What posts?
Oh. Maybe they trade him to the A's?
Just because they're champs last year doesn't mean they automatically trade him to the A's. He's like, why couldn't I go with Lester? Why?
Yeah.
My hand would be fine right now.
Well,
I would play through it.
Jerking off a lot of gay guys out there.
That's true.
In the Bay Area. The Mets have shut down David Wright after having his basically season-long shoulder pain.
Those baseball's getting smarter, shutting these guys down, giving them more time for those surgeries, more time to recover.
Right.
Finally.
And I think it's pretty safe to say that Mets aren't hitting the postseason.
No. Never hitting the postseason.
Ever.
And poor David Wright.
And the rock means ever.
David Wright is one of the great complete players in the league, one of the best defensive especially.
Stuck on the
Always
Mets.
on the top 10. And he's stuck in New York and never going anywhere.
That does suck.
He should demand a trade. Get the fuck out of there.
Yeah. I wonder if he's going to be free agent soon.
I think I remember us talking about he signed a new contract last year.
That sounds about right.
So.
I think he's there for a while. That's unfortunate for him. The Orioles, Chris Davis, he's out 25 for amphetamine use.
He was with Wes Welker.
Well, he says it's Adderall.
Oh, that makes sense.
But he says he didn't have a
prescription,
an exception. No,
or he didn't tell the league.
He didn't have a league exception to take it,
which is stupid. If you need it, just ask. Sounds like he wanted to get
high. I know if you have a legitimate prescription, though, I think you should just be able to take it.
Yeah, you go to your agent and you say, "Hey, can you talk to the league for me? I need to take some Adderall."
But what if you need it like right there and then, like you're freaking out or something?
Just say, "Hey, I need to take Adderall. Tell them I take some, but please, can I get an exemption? I really needed it."
Yeah, the whole thing.
But it sounds like he just wanted to get high.
Well, it doesn't.
How like fucking speed?
How fucking square are you? It doesn't make you high.
It's like speeding.
I've taken Adderall.
Your heart.
I've taken Adderall. It just keeps you up.
It's not quite as strong as.
It's not like snorting coke.
No, but it is a drug, and it does induce like.
For those without ADD, thank you today, Junior. Those without ADD, they take it. They stay up all night. You know, if you're in college, you can study or party or whatever. And those with ADD, somehow it calms them down.
Well, you know, Chris Davis really needed to get those extra bats in at the batting cage, dude.
Maybe so. Yeah. Maybe just want to stay up.
Be mad.
Jonathan Papelbon blows a save, and to his home crowd gestures, basically they can suck his dick.
Did you do the DX chop?
No, unfortunately, he just grabbed his junk and kind of pulled it upwards, you know, and he was then ejected.
He wasn't just adjusting the cup?
He says he was. He says he was doing a big adjustment. Now, I tweeted out the video earlier tonight, actually just at this point, if you're listening live, about an hour ago, it was about 8 o'clock on the old twat box at the Charity Strict. The video is there. I want to know what you guys think, if it was a warrant for ejection or was he just fixing his junk.
I haven't seen it yet. What's your opinion?
You know what? There's
Either
not enough evidence to to say that it was not fixing his junk. It was a little animated for just fixing your junk. Mm-hmm. So who knows? Now, here's what I have to say about the ejection, though. He was walking to the dugout. He was probably not going to return to the game because he blew the save.
Yeah, he was done.
The umpire butted in where he did not need to butt in. It was West. What's his name? Someone West. That asshole umpire that loves to pull this shit.
Yeah.
Can't remember his first
dickhead.
name. He doesn't deserve a first name. He's that dickhead that just loves
Northwest. He's Kanye and Kim's son.
A legitimate white child.
Yeah.
He loves to do that shit. He just always gets in the face of players.
Yeah, he's
and
a
this is another instance of that. And he came over to the dugout and ejected him. And so Papelbon got out of the dugout, got in his face. Now, he did not touch the ump, but he got in his face and kind of blocked his path.
Like his head hit the ump's hat or something?
Just a little chest to chest at one point.
Okay.
Because he got in his way, and the ref or the ump tried to keep going. And so then he actually grabbed Papelbon's jersey and threw him out of the way. And then another ump came over.
I'm pretty sure just like players aren't allowed to touch umps aren't allowed to touch players,
Thank
right?
you. And
Unless
then,
he wants to get his ass kicked.
And then another ump came over and calmed down Papelbon, and they finally left. Now, this reminds me, was it Torrey Hunter that got slapped by the umpire earlier this season?
I think so.
This reminds me that now this was not a slap.
Oh, but it was just like they knew each other well, and he was kind of just like trying to get Torrey
kind of get him in check.
He touched his face. I don't think he really slapped him.
And he says he understood it, but
Torrey was okay with it.
Torrey said he was okay with it. I still think it was going too far because had that been the other way around,
it would have been a problem.
He would have been ejected and suspended and fined and everything you could do. Now, I don't think what he did was overly violent towards Papelbon, but this whole
you still can't do it
in this world.
If Papelbon beat the shit out of him because he was pissed off about it,
right?
Papelbon gets the worst end of that, right?
Or had Papelbon grabbed his shirt,
it would have been way worse.
He would be suspended or whatever. So I don't like that they get, and especially this guy West is such an asshole. He's the Joey Crawford of the MLB.
That's right.
He's such a dick.
There was just shit.
So overall, what I'm saying is there's no
go climb Mount Rushmore North by Northwest.
No,
you don't get that reference, do you?
Blew your load.
It's a movie.
Oh,
and they have their big scene on Mount Rushmore. North by Northwest.
What movie?
North by Northwest.
Oh, that's what it's called.
Yeah.
No one's seen it.
I'm old.
Yes, you are.
It's from the 50s.
Oh, God. I didn't know they had movies then. And I went to film school. And where was I? Anyways, I think that him getting involved was just him throwing his balls around, pun intended. Yeah. And wanting to make a scene out of Papelbon being a bit of a dick. Just want to make, because honestly, he wasn't going to come back, and they could have just let the league and or team fine or punish him in some sort of way. He did not need to get involved and throw him out of the game he wasn't going to come back to.
Not at all.
I think West is just an asshole. All right, moving on. The Marlins, this is rough. Did you see the video on this one? Giancarlo Stanton?
No.
Oh.
Didn't see this one either.
We'll have to twat this out, too. Giancarlo Stanton hit in the face by an 88-mile-per-hour fastball. That thing was trying to go back to the future.
Oh, I saw the pictures. I didn't
Rough.
see the video.
Oh, yeah. He gets nailed in the cheek.
He was bleeding.
Yeah. He gets nailed in the cheek, goes down. They had to stretcher him off. That was rough. He's definitely down for the season.
Looked like Anderson Silva kicked him in the face. That's for sure.
If Anderson Silva would actually fight.
If he could kick anymore.
Right, if he'd actually fight.
Yeah.
That's not a reference to his broken leg. That's reference to him being a puss.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's damn
Pussy.
true. Pussy. So I'll have to tweet that video. That was an intense video. Fastball going 88 miles per hour.
You don't see that every day.
Party!
But that's why we watch baseball, to see that shit right there.
That's why I watch SportsCenter. And MLB is going to meet with the Players Association to come up with a domestic violence policy in wake of the whole Ray Rice situation.
Oh, MLB's getting on top of that, huh?
Yeah. A little too late.
Like, let's not be the NFL. Let's actually be smarter than them for once.
Maybe we should have done this years ago, but what's his name? Fuck, God damn it. What is his name? The guy who was like 2011 got busted, and now he's in jail for like 4 years. God damn it. You'd think as a sports reporter I would know these things.
I can't remember, but I know what you're talking about. I can't remember who it was, though.
Neither can I. Maybe I'll Google it or something. Anyways, they'll come with domestic abuse or domestic violence policy. A couple things to note. For those of you in SoCal, the final 6 games of the Dodgers season will be broadcast to everyone.
Oh, Time Warner's giving a treat out, huh?
I guess they're throwing a bone. They're whatever. KDOC is the channel. I think around here it's channel 6. Check your local listings. But the final 6 games, 3 against the Giants, 3 against the Rockies, will be broadcast for all.
Well, Time Warner did, when they made that deal, they cut that deal. It is a smart thing because if you're looking at the trend of TV right now, it's going internet. And HBO is leaning towards making HBO Go a standalone thing. And if they do that, obviously a lot of cable companies are going to drop them. But if they feel like people are sophisticated enough at this point to use their smart TVs, they're going to be fine going out on their own and making that direct cash. They can still charge $10 an hour, $10 a month, and they're not going to have to pay the cable company any of that.
Yeah.
So
I wish I wish it would go online because I have Apple TV and I've got the iPad and everything. I would get rid of TV and spend more on my internet.
Me too. I get Hulu Plus.
Right.
I get HBO Go, Showtime on demand, whatever.
We'll be moving soon. My girlfriend and I, and TCS Studios will be moving.
Will
as
be
well.
a new,
be an even better setup.
Standalone TCS.
It'll be nice. Surprise midlife. I haven't told you yet. And I actually had the discussion maybe we just drop TV altogether. The one thing that keeps me from dropping TV, sports.
Yeah.
She's like, my shows. I was like, I don't give a shit.
And that's where Time Warner did the smart thing in locking down the Dodgers. And I don't know if they've done it in any other market as well, but they've locked down where you have to have Time Warner to watch this. And there are enough fans that are going to do that, where they still make that revenue.
Unfortunately, where I'm moving to, I have to have Time Warner. It's either that or Uverse. They don't have Fios available.
I'm sorry.
I know.
Actually, it's not too bad. It's just more expensive than it should be.
And it's a downgrade from what I've got now.
Right.
From Fios to Time Warner.
Right.
That's like going from...
At least their internet's cable and not DSL.
Right. It's like going from In-N-Out to Burger King.
That's true.
That's bullshit.
That is way bullshit.
Two things real quickly. First of all, it was Milton Bradley that was arrested.
Oh, former Dodger Milton Bradley. That's right.
He was sentenced to 3 years in prison after being found guilty of 9 domestic violence counts in 2013. Finally. And then real quickly, we're
making horrible board games. We got to talk about that.
It really is.
Yeah.
I want to just run down the standings super quick since we're talking about playoffs and the end of the season. I know we do this last week, but let's see what's changed. AL East, nothing. Orioles still on top by 12.5 games.
Good.
Toronto's behind them.
They're losing Chris Davis, so who knows what's going to happen to them.
In 6 to 9 more games.
Yeah, it's like second series of the playoffs until they have them again.
They're 12.5 up, so I think they're okay.
They're in the playoffs,
yeah.
But can they get through the wild card round?
That'll be the question. AL Central, Detroit is up a game and a half over KC. Still a battle. Still a battle. AL West.
That means Detroit took over the lead because they were behind KC, I believe.
I think they were tied. They were tied last week. Yeah, I believe they were tied. AL West, the Angels had just really pulled out. Well, Oakland's pulled out. Angels have pulled away. They're up over Oakland 10 games.
Oh, it's over.
It's over for
Oakland shot their load.
I don't even think they'll get wild card.
That's the problem with bringing over a pitcher. Only 1 game out of 5 they're pitching.
Right.
So they got 2 of them. That's only 2 out of 5 games you're going to win.
Needed a better bat.
Yeah. You got rid of your best player. So.
Yeah. I think they got rid of Cespedes.
Yeah. Their best hitter.
Yeah.
Hitter.
Both.
I ran those together.
NL East, Washington up 11.5 games over Atlanta. They got it.
They're doing it, aren't they?
They've just announced that they're pulling Strasburg tomorrow.
I think we need to rest him.
Yeah, I think so for the rest of the season. NL Central, St. Louis up 3.5 games over Pittsburgh. So
damn the Cardinals.
It's close.
So Pittsburgh's still, I think, in the hunt for the wild card playoff game.
Yeah, I think so.
The 1-game playoff.
Yeah. And Dodgers 3 games up over the Giants.
And I think the Giants would be the other playoff contender.
Yes. The Giants, and they're going to play. They have 3 games. They have a 3-game series coming up.
We just beat them 2 out of 3 this past weekend. So.
We killed them on one of them, 17-0. What the fuck happened?
Because we got our ass kicked the game before, and they're like, fuck that.
Fuck these Giants.
Greinke pitched a beautiful game.
They're like, let's beat them into a coma, and they literally did.
And then yesterday, Kershaw pitched a pretty nice game, and
become the
1-2 punch. I'm telling you, if those guys are healthy going into the playoffs, that's the best 1-2 punch.
Kershaw tied for wins with Hershiser.
Yeah.
So I got a text from Midlife the day of the 17-0 blowout. He said the Dodgers are going Brian Stowe on their ass. Kept it classy.
That's true.
Kept it nice and classy. All right, let's talk about bigger balls.
Love basketball. You love basketball. To say yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool, man.
You love basketball.
What?
I heard the Kool-Aid Man there. Did you?
Oh, yeah. Wow. Basketball time, but first, if you guys like audiobook downloads, or just audiobooks, you should download some. Separate that up a little bit. Of course you do, because you listen to podcasts, and that means you can't read.
Yep.
I know I can. So go to audibletrial.com/charitystrike. Get yourself a free audiobook download. That fucking easy.
Or get someone who knows how to read to type that in for you.
Right.
Download these books for you.
Yeah, this is me typing.
1 finger.
Yeah, 1 finger. Anyways, basketball time. Luol Deng, very disappointed. By Danny Ferry's comments.
That he has a little African in him?
Yeah, that makes him sound like he's got an alien inside.
I'm pretty sure he's 100% African.
Right.
At least of descent.
Does that mean he's pregnant? He's got a little African in him?
Yeah, I guess so.
I don't get that. So
he's like, well, not in the bad way. He's like, the fact that he, has a regular store in the front, and then in the back he's selling some illegal stuff. It's like,
Yeah.
how's that good?
And he went on to say that he could go out and tell the media one thing as a unidentified source, and then claim it wasn't him.
Like, I don't think you can say that about